guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Eva. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and like my video. Thank you so much. Okay, so today's video is going to be so we're celebrating my husband's birthday today. That is why it says happy birthday back there. And I'm making some dips. I'm going to be making a jalapeno popper dip, a chicken buffalo dip. I'm making some Smokies. I'm making guacamole, and I'm making nachos. So I'm making 5 different things. I'm hoping to put all of those things in this video. If not, I'm going to be breaking it up. So we'll see what happens. But so today is Saturday, and last night, Friday, I started prepping everything so I could just stick everything in the oven and just have it ready to go so I don't have to work so much today. So I did a lot of prepping last night. So that is what I'm going to get ready to show you here in a little bit. And then I'll continue the rest of the things that I'm going to be making today for the party. But if you want to continue watching, and actually this is my first time making the jalapeno popper dip, so I've never made that before. I saw a lot of other videos and I kind of just took a little bit of here, and that's usually what I do. Is if I watch a video on how to make a recipe, I like to use different techniques, different recipes, put them together and kind of just make it my own. And if I don't like it, then I just do it again. So I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, but it's our first time, so I'm excited. And if you want to continue watching, I would love it if you did. Okay, come along. Okay, the first dip we're going to make is called a jalapeno popper dip. These are the ingredients you're going to need. I like the thick sliced bacon, so I'm going to get this one. And then 8 ounces of the mozzarella and 8 ounces of the sharp. I just chose sharp, but it could be any type of cheddar. And then it could be medium, mild. And then I'm going to use two of these. They are both 8 ounces. And I don't know how many jalapenos I'm going to be using yet. I was thinking maybe like 10. So those are the ingredients for the jalapeno popper dip. I'm also going to be making chicken buffalo dip, and these are the ingredients for the chicken buffalo dip. I boiled some chicken yesterday, and this is about 3 chicken breasts. 8 ounces of sharp cheddar. Again, I just chose sharp. And then 2 of these 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. I'm going to use 1 whole bottle of this buffalo sauce, and it is 12 ounces. And then you just need about a cup of ranch. Okay, and then the next thing, super simple, are some Smokies. We're just going to be adding barbecue sauce. And then the last thing, I won't make these until tomorrow, but I'm going to be making nachos. So I bought this one from Walmart, and I'm also going to be adding some sausage and some ground beef to it. And then of course, you gotta have some jalapenos. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with the jalapeno popper dip. Okay, I've never made this jalapeno popper dip, so this is actually my first time. I don't know how many jalapenos I'm going to be needing, but I have 8 here. I might use 8 or 10, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them and I'm going to devein them. So what that means is I'm going to be taking out the seeds, because you could leave them. I just don't want to. So basically just take them out like this. And I mean, if you have a little bit of seeds, that's fine. It's not going to be a big deal. So see? And then you're just gonna, you don't want to cut them into like huge pieces. You want them kind of small. Okay. Just like this. I think this is a pretty good size. I'm going to cut all of them, and then after that, I'm going to kind of like cook them, like kind of saute them a little bit, because I don't want to put them in the dish and then try to cook them in the oven for like 20 minutes, and they're probably not going to get soft because of course they're kind of hard. So I'm going to cook them first, or kind of like fry them, and then I'll put them in with the cream cheese and stuff. So let me finish cutting these and then I will show you what's next. Alright, so I ended up cutting 8 jalapenos. Now, before I start cooking them, I'm going to fry the bacon first. So let's get the bacon started. Alright, got the bacon cooking. And then I put a little bit of butter. Now I have to put the jalapenos in here. Alright, the jalapenos are ready. And the bacon is almost ready. Alright, the next thing that I'm going to do is I ended up shredding all the cheese, the mozzarella, and the cheddar cheese. But I ended up mixing it together just because, I don't know, I just wanted to. And I'm not going to be using all of the cheese. I'm going to be saving some of it so that I can top on top of the jalapeno popper dip, and also I'm going to be saving some for the chicken buffalo dip. You don't want to use it all because then you're not going to have any for your topping. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a jalapeno popper dip, and what I did was I just kind of melted the cream cheese. You can maybe just leave it out and have it at room temperature, but sometimes I just like to put it in the microwave and it's just quicker. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add in the bacon, and then I'm going to add the jalapenos and then just stir everything up. After that, I'm going to be adding the cheese. And actually, like I said at the beginning, this was my first time doing it. I really liked it, except I thought it was a little bit thick, but the next time I ended up doing, I added sour cream. So I do recommend that you add sour cream just because this one was a little bit thicker and I wanted it a little bit more creamier. So if you want to add some sour cream, I would add some sour cream. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it out like this, and we are almost done with. Okay, this is what the jalapeno popper dip looks like, but I'm going to be baking it tomorrow, not tonight. I just wanted to get it ready. I did save some of the cheese so I could put on top, and then I also saved a little bit more bacon because we're going to be putting some on top, and I'm going to crumb up some like Ritz crackers to make a topping, so we'll do that tomorrow. But the next thing I'm going to do, so I need to cover this and put it in the refrigerator for tomorrow. But the next thing we're going to do is we're gonna make the buffalo dip. So earlier, you could leave the cream cheese out and make it, room temperature so that it's easier to work with. Mine was kind of sorta, but not really. So I had to put it in the microwave for about like 30 seconds and then it gets more soft. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add the 2 packages of cream cheese into with the chicken. And then we shredded some of the cheese and we're going to be putting that in there. And then we're also going to be putting this whole bottle of buffalo dip, and then just a little bit of the ranch. It takes about like a cup. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started on this one. All right, the chicken buffalo dip is ready. I'm going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator. And then tomorrow, when I stick it in the oven, I'm going to put it in the oven for a little bit, and then I'm going to top it with cheese and then stick it back in the oven. So let's go ahead and cover them and go to bed. All right, guys, it's the morning, and I cut into this huge avocado that I got in Liberal last weekend, and they were really green. So they've been sitting out for a week, and look how beautiful it is. I was scared that it was going to not be good, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be making guacamole this morning. I have a video on how to make guacamole, so I will post that in the description down below so you can watch it also. So that's one of the other dips that I was going to make. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. Okay, I started making the guacamole. I do have a video, like I said before, on how to make this, but it's super simple. You just need purple onion, jalapeños, and tomatoes. If you have cilantro, you can add that in there, and of course some lime juice. And then you're just going to stir it up, and it's going to be the best. All right, it's ready. The best. The guacamole is ready. The guacamole is ready. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this big can of cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the crock pot because it takes about probably an hour, maybe a little less to warm up. But while that's in there, I'm going to go ahead and cook some of the ground beef and the sausage. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, I'm cooking the ground beef. I'm only going to use a pound of it. And then now I have to cook the sausage, and I'm going to put them together after they're both cooked and put some of the seasoning. And then after I cook them together, I'm going to put them in with the nacho. This is what the cheese looks like. Okay, the ground beef is done. This is actually 2 pounds, but I'm only going to use 1 pound. And now the pork meat is cooking. So after they're both done, I'm going to go ahead and add that seasoning I was telling you about. And then I will combine them and put it together with the cheese. I do like to take out the fat. Okay, after you stir in the meat, you're just going to let it sit for a little bit because it needs to get a little bit more warm. I forgot to mention that I also made the Smokies. Pretty simple. You just put them in a small crock pot, add some barbecue sauce, and you're ready to go. Here, after a while, I did add some milk just because I wanted more of a runnier consistency. You don't want it too thick, so you want it a little bit, runny, creamy, whatever. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I had to break up some Ritz crackers because I'm going to be adding it to the top of the Jalapeño Popper Dip. Basically, all you're going to do is just crumble them up and add bacon and cheese, and then you're just going to stick them in the oven, and then it's ready to go. Okay, but before you add the toppings, you want to make sure you stick both of the dips into the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes because they were in the refrigerator. After that, you're going to take them out and you're going to add the bacon, the Ritz crackers, and the cheese to the Jalapeño Popper Dip. And then you're going to add just the cheese to the buffalo dip. And this is what they look like. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching.